Thanks for joining us, America. We're glad you're here. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Matt is in Fort Lauderdale. Hey, Matt, how are you?
Good, Dave. Thank you for taking my call. Enjoyed meeting you this weekend.
Thank you, sir. How can I help?
Okay. I've got a question about my son. I've got two boys. One's doing great. One's doing terrible. He's turning 18 on Friday, just graduated high school this week. He was living with me for about 4 months. I relocated to a different home so that I would have room for him and he could go to college down here. Mm-hmm. He is in rebellion, multiple arrests, drug use. If I repeated what he called my wife just before he left and went to his mother's, I'd get you thrown off the air. Mm-hmm. He's now living with his mom and incredibly angry at me, calling my wife all kinds of words. And I'm trying to struggle with the balance between, do I help him with, at this stage, in this state of mind, with tech school?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, and how do I'm struggling with feeling selfish about not doing that.
Dude, anybody calls my wife that doesn't get any of my money, ever.
Okay. If it's that simple, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, I had a 15-year-old daughter one time, I won't say which one, was saying stuff to her mama as I walked in, and I said, you may be willing to talk to your mother that way, but no one talks to my wife that way and lives.
Okay.
You know? Okay. I mean, really, that's this little guy, I mean, he's crossed the line. He's crossed the line. So, listen, you want my help? Then you play by my rules. And my rules are good for not selfish. It's not selfish. You're protecting your wife.
Okay.
And, you know, and for that matter, if you endorse this behavior by giving him money, that doesn't turn him into a 30-year-old man. He's a little twit. Now, I hope he turns into a 30-year-old man, but right now he's a twit. You and I have to agree to that. You know?
Yeah.
He could turn around. I mean, I was a twit when I was 18, so I kind of recognize it.
Right.
You know, well, but I mean, he's not on a path that's going to lead him anywhere positive.
Okay. No, I appreciate it. And I guess the corollary, the part B of the question then is, let's say he does have a come to Jesus moment, you know, and I pray for that every day.
Amen.
And that does happen. You know, I put him through private school to finish his high school because he couldn't survive in a regular environment. But it was a battle. Every time something gets hard, it's a major ordeal to get him to continue.
Right.
I don't want to get on the hook for tuition or anything like that. So my thought process is, hey, buddy, go out, pay through the first semester. I don't even want to hear how you do it. I will reimburse you up to X number of dollars upon completion of the semester with a grade point of a 3.0 or better.
Yeah, let's stop a second. The thing we want to do here, once we have a come to Jesus meeting, a repentance, okay?
Right.
Until there's a repentance, a turning from this behavior, you cannot endorse it financially because it's not good for him. If you're giving a drunk a drink, you're rewarding his misbehavior, and no one else in this world is going to reward this kind of behavior.
True.
He won't be able to hold a job. He won't be able to hold a marriage. He won't be able to hold anything with the way he's acting. And so what's good for him is for life to get hard and push him to his knees. Now, once he's there, then you say, all right, the way you ask yourself the question is, how can I help him in a way that causes him to be the 30-year-old man that he needs to be?
Okay.
What are the steps? And if the step is the one you suggested there, then that's if that's the way you answer the question, okay, I think the best way to help you is let you gut it out for one semester and then I'll get involved. Or, you know, the best way to help you is I'll match you. You know, whatever you come up with, I'll put some with it. But the instant that you stop behaving in a way that represents good moral character and politeness to family members as part of that, then you're going to get no more money that instant. And I'm not going to beg you to go to school or do your studies. You're freaking 18 years old. So if you go and you study and you get good grades and you live a life consistent with moral character and politeness and manners and decisions that are going to lead you to being a good 30-year-old man, I'm going to support that track financially because it's good for him. See, there's nothing selfish in this discussion at all. It's all in how are we going to help him. But, if he's doing heroin and we give him money because we feel selfish, what have we got? We're going to kill our kid. They're going to die of a heroin overdose, right?
True.
And all that is one kind of misbehavior. This is another kind of misbehavior. You cannot finance this behavior. It's because it's not good for him.
True. Okay.
He's not going to turn out unless he changes.
Exactly.
He's going to end up in a ditch all of his life due to his selfish, immature, rebellious ways. And hey, a lot of us went through stuff like that. A lot of us were stupid, man. I mean, I was a half a notch better, and so I'm just saying that we the only way you can reward this kid with anything, even your presence and your politeness and so forth, is you're rewarding a positive direction. But I wouldn't tolerate any person on the planet treating my wife that way.
Okay. No, that definitely helps, Dave. I do appreciate it.
Sure.
And
I got to tell you, it's really hard what you're going through. I'm sorry you're facing this.
I appreciate all your wisdom, and I am looking forward to my first Waffle House Thanksgiving this fall.
Well, it doesn't have to be Waffle House. That was a metaphor, but
yes, but I'm talking about.
Hey, pick up the book Boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud, and it will help you clarify some of the stuff that you and I were just discussing. It'll give you some verbiage around it and some constructs around it. Henry's a wonderful Christian guy and is a brilliant psychiatrist. And so really this book it's a life's work of his, and you got to read it. It's perfect for this situation, and it'll give you good guidelines. But yeah, you can't allow someone that's being that way around your family. That's awful, though. It's sad that young man's acting that way. But we're not gonna tolerate that stuff. So, open phones at 888-825-5225. Let's extend that a little bit. We've got a large number of you listening that have a young male under 30 that's living in your basement and is, in some cases, is behaving in a way that you wouldn't tolerate off of anyone else. So you're enabling not only their lack of productivity and their lack of emotional growth to become a standalone adult in the real world, but you're also enabling their misbehavior. And so the rule of thumb is if you're going to have a grown person in your house, they need to abide by your rules and your values. In other words, if you're going to live under my roof, you're not going to do drugs. You're going to live under my roof. You're not going to come home drunk every night. You're going to live under my roof. You're going to get a job or 6 of them and keep it. If you're going to live under my roof, you're going to be in church on Sunday morning. And if you don't want to do that, it's okay. But the people that live under my roof, that's what they do. If you're not under my roof, it's okay. You can decide whatever you want to do. Some of you don't like that. That's fine. You don't have to live under my roof. It's okay. But I'm the king of that dadgum castle, and I make the rules there. And even the dogs go along with that. They're going to behave in a way that is good for them and good for our household. Even the pets behave. And that's not mean, it's not nasty, and it's not a disciplinarian. It's not any of those things. It's a simple thing of we've got a set of values that we've ascribed to our family that cause us to win long term. What are you going to be when you're 30 if you're 26 right now? If you're 23 right now and you're living in your mother's basement, what are you going to be when you're 30? And what's the best set of circumstances to get you there? To manhood, to womanhood. You got to think about this. Turkey, any eagle that stays in the nest too long is known as a turkey.